do not shoot with my hand. He who shoots with his hand has forgotten the face of his father. I shoot with my mind. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails. A little bit later video being released today, but we're going to talk about 3v3 basic teams, and we're probably going to try to do a little abridged version of this today. We'll see. I always say that, and then it's like an hour long, but this video just doesn't get enough views, frankly, for me to justify longer time spent making it. I don't mean to dash people's hopes or make people sad or sound like I'm a mercenary, but I just don't. It's tough to find the time for things. So that doesn't mean we're going to just totally scrimp on everything. I'm going to still show you my teams and everything. We probably won't go as in depth on some of the stuff. For those of you who want a bigger picture of like what's in the very core central meta, I do have a video for 3v3 best teams, offense and defense. You can find the links to those in the video description. And huge shout out to my patrons. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing. And for those of you who want to support this channel for free, guys, all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment. Let's mount the algorithm. Mount yonder algorithm. Please, please, guys, please. Let's get to it though, folks, shall we? Let's get on over to Prevail Man, my alternate account and the account that I use to make this video every month. If I can find the right thing. Whoa. Whoa. Madness. Here we are, folks. We're here. We're on Prevail Man. I just hit 10 million GP, so that's, I guess, exciting. You can see I'm recording this with 53 minutes before GAC starts. And whatever Norrell said, man, it's important. Yeah, Norrell doesn't want people to preload at TW. But, alright, so Prevail Man. What's going on with Prevail Man? Prevail Man is my alternate account, and the idea here is we want to counter as many things as we can without using Galactic Legends. Now, I do suddenly find myself with 3 Galactic Legends, just kind of randomly. 4 Galactic Legends, actually. I just, yeah, you can see Jedi Master Luke is way down here, and he only has 1 Zeta. So he's not much of a Galactic Legend anyways. Otherwise, I do have Jabba, I have Kylo and Rey, and the idea is we want to use some of them to counter stuff, but we don't want that to be our main approach. Sometimes you need a Galactic Legend to counter things. Like I'm about to frantically be working on unlocking Leia, in fact, here pretty soon, because she's really good. Also, she's the only thing that that I'm in reach of to be able to counter Galactic Legend Ahsoka. Like, if I face Galactic Legend Ahsoka, I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'll just lose, probably. I don't think I have the right team for it. Maybe we could find something with Rey. I'm not sure, but one way or another, that's kind of how this account, like it's 10 million GP. I'm in KYBER 3, which is, I think, relevant to add because I'm doing well in KYBER 3. In fact, I'm not even about to get kicked out of KYBER 3. In fact, I was kind of close to getting into KYBER 2 again on this account. And so, like, most of my opponents have 8 or, I mean, now I'm guessing I'll be facing people with 9 Galactic Legends here pretty soon. And for a long time, I was in KYBER 2 with only 2 Galactic Legends. I got Jabba unlocked, and then from Jabba, it's such an easy little hop over to get a Jabba, or to get Jedi Master Luke, and probably the same with Leia. So I'll probably go be working on Leia. Otherwise, this account also does the thing in Conquest, which we're not going to go over it too much, but I do crate 5 on Conquest. In fact, I go 1 over just so I can get the extra Omicron mat, but I get crate 5, and what that does is let me unlock characters at within 6 months instead of 3 months getting red crate. It's an alt. I don't want to spend the time to get red crate. I could probably at least get crate 6 pretty easily, but I also don't want to do that. Just do it the lazy way. So I just unlocked Ezra. I won't have Pointy Teeth Rey for another couple months though. So I do have all the other conquest characters. I have most of the most of the legendaries. I'm working on the character like the Balin unlocks right now. I'm getting a little bit close. Shin is less than 100 shards away. Yeah, 77 shards it looks like. So anyways, that's kind of where we are in the account. So I'll just explain what we're doing in terms of like how do we stay in KYBER 3 against these crazy big accounts. How is that possible? So here, let's do the zoomed in version. So that we can discuss these a little bit better. So just going to show you my squads, tell you what they're going to do on offense or defense. So we're going to have Jabba on defense, almost certainly. Because so the biggest question marks I have on this account are, how can I beat Galactic Legend Ahsoka? I don't really have a great answer for that right now. Jabba's not the answer though. So Jabba probably just hangs out here on defense, and you know, and then like Kenobi can be an issue, but we've recently learned that Bo-Katan can take out Kenobi, so we don't need him for that. To kill Leia, he can in 5s and 3s. He's a little more sketchy on that. We do have the Hutt Cartel Datacron, and I do have a few Datacrons on this account. I mean, quite a few for this group. Let's see, the enduring power. We're getting there. We're starting to get a few. You can see the little lock icons means we have the good version of the level 6 that we want. So we have quite a few of those. We have the Mob Enforcer one, which we're not using Mob Enforcer in this in 3v3, but I do have the good level 6 for Hutt Cartel. So anyways, we're probably just going to be putting this on defense with the good cron and see what people can do. KYBER 3, a lot of times people just don't really know what they're doing. Like, they don't know the really good counters, and Jabba can be a huge pain in, like, not just a pain in the ass who is huge, he can also just be he is personally huge, like I'm saying, but he's also just the pain itself that he causes can be really big. So put him on defense. Kylo, now we could put him with some first order guys that for sure, but like if we have to kill Leia, this is probably our go-to, honestly. Bane could do it possibly, but Supreme Leader Kylo is probably our guy for it. We don't have Pointy Teeth Rey or anything, so we're just using the Brood Alpha armor trick to try to get 3 stacks of Beskar ingots onto Supreme Leader Kylo, so he can't be so he can't be crit, and every time he does get hit, if they're not in stealth or something, he can counter them. So it's not always gonna happen that way, but it's like moderately consistent. So yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see how that goes, but that's the plan this season, is to kill Leia. Let's see, Rey. Now, if you don't have Ezra, I know a lot of people don't have Ezra because he's the most recent. Besides Pointy Teeth Rey, Ezra Exile is the guy who's most difficult to unlock or the most rare in Conquest, whatever, the most recent. So if you don't have him, like, you could throw Cal on the team. He's not too bad. You could put Commander Ahsoka Tano. That would be my actually third pick, but we're gonna put Ezra here because he doesn't really have a home until I unlock Ahsoka, the Galactic Legend Ahsoka. So he can go here. He goes really well with Rey. He really disrupts a lot of the teams that try to counter Rey. So get Ezra on your team. I think he could probably use another Zeta, right? Yeah, that would be nice if he had that, but we don't do Zetas on this account, guys. We don't have them. They don't exist. So anyways, Rey will go on defense as well. So we'll have 3 Galactic Legends on defense. So you've only seen 3. We talk about 3, and we're keeping Kylo for offense, just because he counters. If they don't have Leia on defense, then he'll still counter. I mean, he'll counter Kenobi as well. He'll counter all sorts of awesome stuff. And whereas he's a little bit better with Pointy Teeth Rey, he does counter most teams out there, albeit with terrible banner efficiency. Now next we have Bo-Katan Mandalore. She's probably going to be reserved mostly to kill Jedi Master Kenobi squads, or possibly if they don't have Kenobi or we need to change things up, she'll probably be used to kill Lord Vader squads. Though if we can get away with it, I'll use bounty hunters with Bando. If that's a possibility, we'll do that with bounty hunters. If it's not, then I mean, she'll take out Lord Vader, almost every version of Lord Vader in 3s. Jedi Master Kenobi, like I said, she can clean up Leia if we really need to. There's a lot of, like, Leia's a mess. She needs to be cleaned up. That sounds super judgy, but it's probably true. So, yeah, Bo-Katan is such a nice tool to have on offense. She takes out a lot of stuff. With the second Omicron, the one that ignores taunt, she does just ruin things in 3s, folks. Like, the frogs that she ignores, like, it seems like a lot of people are going to still be putting guns down. She'll take out guns. She'll take out... I mean, just a lot of stuff. Lots of stuff. Let's just be really vague so people are somewhat frustrated with me for how vague I'm being. And it's so crazy because I don't even feel at all apologetic here. Adrad, I mean, he doesn't have the shockingly high grade fish Datacron anymore, unfortunately, but he still does. Like, people in 5s, people don't always place Empire teams. In 3s, a lot of times, especially in KYBER 3, they'll place like an Iden team or what's his name, the Imperial Remnant guy, the Dark Trooper Moff Gideon team. They'll place teams like that, and I mean, this team just ruins it. It ruins Imperials pretty nicely. So probably just keep them for offense, guys. I mean, I would recommend never putting them on defense. Defense is a terrible choice, and if you have bays to put on the team, awesome. I recommend it. Okay, so Malgus, I don't have Zalbar here, guys. I have Gear 12 Zalbar and Gear 12 Mission, which means I'm not going to be putting an Omicron on Zalbar anytime too soon. Instead, we'll just use this team, possibly use Darth Revan on as the lead if they have Night Sisters, the Great Mothers team, Night Sisters. That will definitely be on defense against for a lot of people. And if you use Darth Revan lead in 3s, I think the Darth Revan lead has a higher win rate than Darth Malgus. So we'll be using Darth Revan lead to take out the Great Mothers, and it'll be great, I guess. It's nice to have one thing that's like, okay, well, this is one assigned team that, like, this is always on defense. We can always use this team to counter it. And if they don't put Great Mothers on defense, some people in KYBER 3 somehow still don't have the Great Mothers farmed, which, yes, that is me being judgy. I think that, I mean, this team can counter this. Also, we might have to use something else on Great Mothers, so this team can counter something, even like the Inquisition, for instance. This will kill like a Reba team with Inquisitors. So, yeah, this is a good team. If you do have the Zalbar team and you don't want to use Darth Revan on it, like, obviously the power of this team is diminished a little bit, but Dark Basti still pretty good on the team. And remember, if you're facing like smugglers, that's going to be this thing that happens in this 3v3 people, and the next 5v5, and then the next 3v3, and then the next 5v5. Smugglers are all going to have a ton of evasion. In fact, they're going to be very dodgy, and if you can get a lot of debuffs on them, then awesome. And this team does a lot of debuffs, and then those debuffs stop them from being able to dodge. So yeah, like, it just takes away their evasion for some reason. All right, so this will be an interesting season for me on the Inquisition, guys. So someone on one of my streams was amazing and funded me. Like, he was just like, here, if I pay for it, will you buy the Lightspeed bundle to get your Inquisition up so that you can unlock Grand Inquisitor? I was like, sure, yeah, let's do it. Like, I'll happily do that. So we have Grand Inquisitor unlocked. However, we don't have enough Zetas for the team. This is the common recurring theme, folks. We just don't have enough Zetas for anything. So he doesn't have a Zeta on his lead, which is probably really important. He doesn't have a Zeta, or on his basic. I don't think he needs the Zeta on his lead. We're not going to use him as the leader very often, but he also, I mean, we don't need his Omicrons either, but he needs Zetas. Reva needs a couple more Zetas, I believe. Yeah, she needs that one. She needs that one. You guys can't even see which ones I'm clicking on. Sorry, my apologies. But she is, she does have her Omicron. But then Seven Sister also needs at least one Zeta. So we don't have enough Zetas for the team. We don't have, look at the low relics here, guys. Relic 4 on Grand Inquisitor, 5 on the other two. So we'll keep it for offense. And we could put it on defense, I guess. We'll have to just see. This is one of those variable teams that it's like long-term. Hold on. Long-term, you really want to have this team on offense, I think, because it gets countered by a lot of like kind of sad stuff. It'll make you sad that what kind of things counter it. But right now, what is this going to do for me? Like, can it consistently counter a Jedi Master Kenobi squad? Probably not. It doesn't have high relics. It doesn't have all of the Zetas that we probably want. It doesn't have, like, I probably don't have the best modding for it. So we could put it on defense and hope someone really just spends an expensive, awesome team to counter it. We could do that. Or I think I'm going to keep it for offense in at least on the first couple matches and just see what we can take out with it. And if we can't do much with it, then we'll just chuck it on defense until we get more Zetas and relics on it. I mean, ideally they all want relic 8, right? Will I get relic 8 on all of them? I'm not sure, but that would be pretty neat if I did. Okay, so now we have this interesting situation here, folks, where I just don't have as much offensive firepower as a lot of people because I don't have the Galactic Legends to just casually wipe people out with. And so, whereas on my main account, I just pretty much, as a standard thing, I do Seer with Malicos and Starkiller. All 3 of them on the same team, and they'll counter like pretty much every Rey team out there. As long as you know what you're doing, that typically just wins for you. But on this account, we just can't really afford to do that every time. Sometimes we're like, man, we need to split these up. And so, I mean, I have them as separate teams here. I think Crew is the best third in 3v3. If it's not Starkiller, you want Crew on the team because he pre-taunts and does some good stuff. Like you just don't want Malicos to die, right? So and he survives. Crew survives really nicely. He just is so nice on this team. Honestly, it's always nice to have him on there. Starkiller just makes everything better, of course, because he's Starkiller, but sometimes we need to split them up. So the nice thing is, on offense, we'll keep all of them, because sometimes maybe we want Crew to go on Supreme Leader Kylo. And if that happens, then we can mentally adjust and say, okay, Starkiller will go here, and then EP Mara will counter something way less important and just throw like Thrawn on the team, or a few different good Empire or Sith characters could actually be a nice little boost there. So just kind of being flexible with these two teams is nice. And then you can come and watch me on Twitch, guys. The link is in the video description, and I'm going to be trying this season to do at least one, hopefully more than that, dual streams where I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I don't know how that's going to go, but it does seem kind of fun. Hey, look at this, guys. I'm the dumbest person, and I think I might make a video about it pretty soon, but I have Relic 9 Dengar with Zeta. Woo, go Dengar. You guys can't really see, but I just checking to make sure he has all 6 E-mods, and the whole reason is his ship. I need it for his ship. I'll talk more about that in a later video. But okay, now we have Darth Bane, and his best buddy, his best companion, is typically going to be Sith Empire Trooper. His win rates against almost everything that mattered goes up if you use Sith Empire Trooper. If you look at all the stats and everything, typically Sith Empire Trooper gives you an extra 5 to 10% higher win rate than using any other Sith. Like a lot of people like to use Sith Assassin because a lot of people got Sith Assassin up to Relic 8 or Relic 9 for its ship, and now the ship sucks because CG arbitrarily nerfed the hell out of it, and it's tragic, and I feel for you. But Sith Empire Trooper is better than your Relic 8 Sith Assassin, even though I realize you get boosts based on the relic levels that were on the slain character, the companion character, and you want, like, the instinct is, oh, I'm gonna put my relic 8 Sith Assassin here. So I want those extra 3 relic levels to boost Darth Bane that much more. Sith Empire Trooper just stays alive for longer and lets your Darth Bane kind of just ramp up for longer, especially if you're facing something like Leia, who Leia is really tough to take out, typically with Bane. But with Sith Empire Trooper, you're able to stay alive just long enough to make Darth Bane work okay. So, sorry guys, I'm just checking the modding on it. So it's all zoomed in so you guys can't see it. But anyway, so probably his #1 target, maybe we'll try taking Leia out this season. I just recently discovered that my Bane does not have really fast mods, and that's one of the reasons he's struggling against Leia, because she just, like, laps him so many times. So maybe we'll try to get better modding for him. I have actually increased his speed by, like, 25 or something recently. We need to work on it, though. He's a tough guy to mod. Well, Relic 8, though, I mean, that's probably where it needs to be. So, anyways, now we've got the Jedi. I mean, this is a pretty standard Jedi team. Like, this will take out, like well, first off, there's a good Datacron for Jedi Knight Cal. He'll be able to just kill people faster because he is the mercenary. Well, the mercenary thing is good, the level 6, but then he also has a level 9 that lets him ramp his auto kill faster, which is nice. It's not something he really needed, but and this team will take out like a Malgus team. This will take out a Fin Zori team. This will take out so smugglers will have all that evasion, right? They'll have 100% evasion. The nice thing is, well, and then they'll have a pre-taunt a lot of times, or some kind of taunting mechanic to make it so that you have to target like L3, and L3 will keep dispelling things and just make it obnoxious. Jedi Revan can just target, he can ignore that taunt, target someone and mark them, and that counts as a debuff, which makes them stop being able to dodge. And then you're able to kill them and ignore L3, for instance. Just one of the many things. So, I mean, this team will take out smugglers. This will take out... I mean, that's such a utility team in 3s, guys. It's a really powerful squad. Revan deserves more than Relic 3, but so does everyone. You guys will see. My Jedi Master Luke is he... We didn't just, like, passively skip him, right? Okay. All right. I was like, man, maybe I'm just being passive-aggressive toward him. All right, Dash, I think... I'm not totally sure. This season is just gonna be so touch and go, folks. For now, I like the Dash team with L3 and Vandor, so we could use them as mercenaries, or we can use them as smugglers. Either one works. Dash does have a smuggler level 9. I'm not sure how good. Like, it's just when you stun them, he takes a bonus turn, and the only person who can stun is on this particular squad is him. And that's just with one of his abilities. So sometimes he stuns, and otherwise this at least version of the squad doesn't really work that well for it. I guess you could do like Dash Han Chu, where they stun a whole lot. Like, you could do something cool with like Dash, and then Han goes first, so he stuns someone. Dash immediately gets a bonus turn, so he's able to, like, he could stun someone again, and Chewie would be assisting all this time, and then he'd get another bonus turn, and Chewie would assist again when he does his AoE, and then like, you could do some interesting stuff. So I'm tempted to keep it for offense. It's also just obnoxious enough with the smuggler cron. I might just put it on defense just to try tripping people up, because I'm vindictive like that. So Great Mothers with Spirit. I mean, this team does do some pretty nice work. Like, it kills Gun-Guns, at least. I don't see Gun-Guns as the team, like, we really have to plan around it a lot, but there's still not a ton of teams that beat Gun-Guns really consistently. This one does. This one just kind of cheats against them and just deletes them the hardest. And for that, I love this team on offense. But probably put it on defense, because if people don't know about the Darth Revan lead Malgus squad, they have to use a Galactic Legend, and not just any Galactic Legend. This squad will beat some, like, multiple different Galactic Legends on their own. So this will trip people up or force them to use something fairly expensive. Commander Luke, we have a Rebel Datacron right now. We even have Commander Luke Datacrons, which aren't that good. Maybe I'll put it on defense. I'm not really sure. It does okay on defense. Like, it'll trip people up for sure. Over the course of a season, this team will probably get at least one hold. So that's not the worst thing ever. Now, this is a team I'm really excited to try. I'm doing it on my main account as well. Probably put it on defense. If I do that, then I'll probably put Dash on defense as well, or I'll keep all of it for offense. But Nest has a really nice, she has a nasty cron, and she's really, I'm really excited to see what she can do here with Han and Chewie. And, you know, she ramps damage a lot, but then you also have the smuggler aspect. They're both smugglers, well, and so is Enfys. So they all have that crazy evasion. Han shoots first, so he's like stunning people. She is, like, he shoots twice, and she assists both times. And every time she does a crit, she gets more, or no, every time she does a debuff, which she does do a debuff every time she assists, then she's also ramping her crit damage. And I mean, there's no lead on this team, but I don't know if we need one. I mean, it probably loses to a few different teams out there that are pretty cheap, but on defense, this team I think could be fairly obnoxious, and we don't use Han and Chewie nearly as much in threes as we used to, so I think probably we'll just brick them all together, like Nest and Han and Chewie and Dash and Vandor and L3 all on defense together. It just seems kind of obnoxious and nice, and we're not leaning on them to counter anything right now. So okay, we've got Qui-Gon and Ki-Adi-Mundi and Anakin. This team in 5s got me a lot of holds on both my main and alt account last season. I mean, if we're being real, this is a good one. This is a good, like, kind of semi-filler team. Like, you have to be serious. If you don't take this team seriously, you just die. I don't have the relics to really, truly make it scary, but this team is still pretty good, folks. You know? Especially if you need filler, which I almost always do need some kind of filler. Like, this is a great one, because you don't think to use it on offense too often, but on defense, it's pretty good. Like, it can mess with people if they don't use a specific team. As accounts continue to expand, there's more and more teams that kill this with, you know, trivially, so eventually this team will kind of lose its punch, but it's a good, like, quasi filler team. Okay, so the Fennec squad here, like, so we can mix and match it. The bounty hunters are just not needed anywhere for anything right now, unfortunately. I wish they were, but this squad will at least do a plausible job against a lot of different Lord Vader builds, and like it always has. And 3s, like, there are a few comps that Lord Vader that they'll lose to pretty easily, but this team is, like, it'll take out a few different things. It's fine here, folks. Everything's fine. Okay, so you can see my 1 Zeta Relic 5 Jedi Master Luke alongside my no Zeta Bastila Shan, alongside my Gear 12 Watt Tambor, which he was Gear 10 until earlier today, when I took him to Gear 12 because I happen to have a spare Kyrotech, and so they won't have a Datacron or anything, but I'll just probably just put it in the back zone and force my opponent to use something annoying, because it's still an annoying team. The Permatant on Jedi Master Luke is annoying, so have fun with that. You know, without Basti's lead, Zeta, and all that, like, it's not that good, but it's you can't just casually beat this. You're not just gonna be like, oh, let's throw some Jawas or some Tuskens at it and win. Like, that's not gonna happen. So you know, it needs more Zetas, it needs more everything, obviously, but you know, this can be a pain. Put it in the bag zone, forget about it. Set and forget. We have Queen Amidala and company. Probably put this in the front zone just to force people to use Bane, because they don't know what the heck else beats it. I think you can use Traya to beat this. I think that's what my Traya is going to be used for the most part this season, is countering Queen Amidala, at least on this account. But people want to use Traya against frogs, against guns, and whereas I don't blame them for that, I also don't know that that's absolutely needed. So, well, you know, and this team still needs more relic levels, so it makes teams like General Skywalker at least think twice about trying to counter them. General Skywalker, now this is kind of a fun thing, folks. Remember all that evasion nonsense I was talking about with the smugglers? General Skywalker doesn't need that, because I didn't ever apply a Zeta to his basic ability. Not because I don't think it's a good one at all. Like, it's just not something I absolutely need. So check this out, folks. The thing about him is, yes, he is very prone to losing, to missing, right? Like, if they have 100% evasion, he's not going to hit. That's just how it works. It's all dodged. But on his basic, just on his basic without his Zeta, he uses Furious Slash as his second ability. Yeah, yeah, so Furious Slash is this ability. So he just hits twice with this. And if you add the Zeta, his first hit will always hit. His second hit, he'll use Telekinesis instead, and Telekinesis can miss. So if we just have the basic without the Zeta, which I do, I can actually hit twice with his basic against people with a 8 million dodge percent, because he this attack can't be evaded. So, yeah, kind of fun. And then the damage is tripled if it's all 501st. Look at this, guys. I don't know how foolish it really was. I did put Rex. Yeah, I don't have. I would love to have this Zeta on him, but I realized that I could just upgrade him from Gear 12 all the way to Relic 1 with one push of the button. Or I guess it was Relic 0, but I don't have any idea if he stole some really key components, but he's now Relic, so we can actually put a pretty bad Datacron on them and put him on defense, or keep him for offense. I don't know. There's just so many question marks this season, guys. I don't know what I want to do with them. Probably put them on defense, because I'm super lame. Let's see. Or maybe we'll try to use these really bad characters to kill Queen Amidala. I don't know. Don't judge me, folks. We do still have a Trooper Cron that's pretty good. Unfortunately, we can't even use it till we get Veers to Relic 3, so that's too bad. I don't know, did I mention I have a Relic shortage, guys? Just don't have enough. I might, if I get done with this video in time, I might try to get him to Relic 3, actually, so that we can use the level 6, potentially. That seems pretty useful, actually, in fact. Alright, so then Bosk can just be used to counter really low-level stuff with some bounty hunters. Cool, good for him. Because it's a weird situation. So, Commander Bo-Katan, I don't really have a great place for her. Or Moff Gideon. So, Padme will either use Moff Gideon or Commander Bo-Katan on offense, and we'll just mix and match and figure out what to do with that. I have no idea. Oh, here's 5 characters who are at the top that I didn't really have a specific use for, so I just put them here so I didn't have to keep dragging the selection screen on the left past them. So that's what those are. Maul, I mean, this is really low relic, but you can kill some low-level stuff with this. I think I've used this team to kill like Keller and Beck teams before, for instance. So, you know, it's not going to be a world beater, but it could still do some stuff. Let's see, Traya, like I said, probably just countering Queen Amidala, or maybe counter, I mean, it can counter Inquisition. It can counter all sorts of, like, frogs, all sorts of really obnoxious and somewhat important things. So we'll see how that goes. Wampa is gonna do Wampa things. He can kill scoundrels or smugglers because he doesn't miss. He does miss with his AoE, but his basic doesn't miss. I'm really curious to see if these guys are going to be able to beat Jabba again. Last season they killed Jabba a whole lot, a ton of times they killed him. So we'll have to see. They're all Relic 3 guys. Woohoo! Good for you guys. Yeah, this will be a big science thing. There are droid crons out there now, and they're pretty good, so probably throw Grievous on defense just to try to steal some banners and make things annoying for people. Look at this low relic Saw team, guys. Lotion is at Relic 1. How stupid is that? So, yeah, they'll be on defense. Maybe you'll swap Captain Rex out to get someone else on the team. I don't know. Captain Rex is fine. Kyle-Katarn is fine. But yeah, let's see, I have Tuskens, I don't have all their Zetas or anything. I do have the Omicron on Raider, which is the key to putting this team on defense. If you don't have the Omicron, don't put it on defense, folks. Or do, if you're facing me. Please actually put this on defense if you don't have the Omicron, if you're facing me. That will be super helpful of you, and I will thank you in a really sarcastic way. Let's see. Ewoks, if you need another filler team, Ewoks. If you have Zori, I don't even have her. I just realized I don't have her farmed. So I need to work on that. Like she's like 5 stars right now. I need to farm her, but you know, if you have her and you can use her, then great, man. Do Fin Zori. If you don't, do Fin Po. It's old school. That's what we're calling it. It's old school. So, anyways, that's it, folks. That's all of the teams. I hope you win this season. I hope I win this season. I hope you come hang out on Twitch and we can all problem solve together. It's super fun. Guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Zareth prevails. Take care, folks.